I feel like we are in the stages of continuing the dream in Martin's honor. At least for me, I know I am. But I have a question. How do we become legacy builders? What up, y'all? You're tuned in to another episode of A Melanated Hypothesis podcast. Happy MLK Day. MLK Jr. Day. I just felt like doing an episode just talking on my thoughts. When I think about Martin, one of the things that I think about is that footage of like him in the line marching arm in arm and somebody literally coming and punching him in the face, and he did not waver. He just kept walking. And for me, that's like he has emotional intelligence before we knew what that was or something. Like he was in complete control of his emotions. And that takes more strength than I think fighting back. But I feel like he needed a partner, or he had one. I believe he had one. He wasn't listening though. But before we fought for the civil rights, we needed economics. We needed land. You know, we needed resources. And so I think it was backwards. But I feel like now we're in the stages of continuing it. Because now we're understanding why economics is so important. So I kind of feel him when I dream of a utopia. It almost feels like, for me, okay, let me tell you what I see. I see this utopia based on belief, not based on race or status, but based on what we believe we can do and groups of people who believe in the same thing. Everybody is not going to believe in the same thing. And like, okay, that's fine, but the people who do believe, they believe in a higher, something bigger than themselves, so a higher source, and then believe that they can do it. If you believe, I have this ongoing, debate with my therapist that people can't change their personality. That's what she says. And I say, if there's a will, there's a way. You can change your personality. You neurologically can change your subconscious. You can change what you believe. You just have to have the desire to. It's not easy. Nobody said you can go to Walmart and get it. It's not at Target. Like, I tell people this all the time. Like, you really have to work at it. Like, you're going to have to go in the back and create it. Okay? Like, it just, I feel like it can get easier, right? But initially, you're deconditioning. So that's one of the things I have on my list of things to talk about, y'all. I'm trying to get organized. So one of the first things I think of how we get to this, like, utopia of everybody respecting each other as individuals, like, especially my community, like, we're behind, so we gotta catch up. How do we catch up? Like, and this is just zeroing in on us. It starts with knowledge, knowing that the knowledge is out there and seeking it, like, and wanting more, wanting to be, first of all, like, just be. But how do you just be? Like, how do I become, right? How do I see myself as something and become her? How do I gain that knowledge? How do I know that the knowledge exists? You know, where do I find the knowledge? It's so many aspects. And that's why, places like this and places like EYL, like I love EYL, where the knowledge is being given, where we can heal together and we can talk about the real stuff that's going on, right? Because the knowledge means knowing self, like understanding why I do the things that I do, where that comes from. Having emotional intelligence and becoming aware. And then building community. I think part of the knowledge that comes from community. What kind of community am I in? Where does the community see itself? How are we growing? Like, are we helping each other? Or is every man out for self? And then how do we get to that? Because we come from a place where we don't trust each other. Where life has gotten us so jaded that it is loyalty over everything, but then it's trust no one. It's like, well, I don't understand. So I trust no one, but I'm loyal to myself. Like, that's pretty much what it's looking like. But where's the community in that? So asking ourselves these questions, like, but what do we want our community to look like? We haven't even defined it because we can't agree on things as a community, in my community, right? So then I'm like, well, we got to rebuild the individual first, right? And so when I break down the individual and I'm looking at myself, when I'm looking at people and I'm seeing something I say is, oh, you're wearing your insecurity. And I can see it so easily in other people. And that's why I always want to be around coaches and people who can easily see it in me. Because please fix my crown. Like, if I'm out here wearing my insecurities on my sleeve, fix my crown. Don't have me out here looking stupid, right? And I don't know if that's the black mama in me or something. Don't have me out here looking stupid in front of these folks. Like, tell me, let me know. I don't know what's going on, right? But then if I'm not in the right community, if I have that same energy, everybody doesn't take it sincerely, right? And so it's like, okay, it's based on the individual. So rebuilding the individual. And if we go back to belief, self-worth, knowing our value. As a community, do we know our value? Like, our value have been lost and stolen from us and wiped over for so long. Do we really understand our value? How creative we are, how beautiful we are, how powerful we are? That means deconditioning our minds to all the limiting beliefs that were placed on us, whether it be from people that we knew and encounters that we had, or what the world said we could and could not do. And then the healing that comes with deconditioning, right? Because in order to decondition it and it truly stick, in order for you to change your personality or change your belief and it truly stick, you're going to have to do some healing. Because previously what you believed, you sincerely believed, right? And so it's going to be hard to realize that a lot of things are a lie and were set in place for me to fail, for me not to be community, for me not to have knowledge, for it not to be a utopia, right? We're going to need tools in our toolbox. We're going to need to have the habits of journaling, getting that out, purging that when we feel the frustration and aggression that comes with healing. The sadness, being able to separate ourselves from that. Like little Victoria, she'll write it out. And then higher self will come back and read it a couple days and be like, "Ooh, Lord, like, bless that baby." Like, what? I didn't even know it was that deep. I thought I was having a good day. I had no idea, right? But that healing, that what comes out when you just let that pen glide, or when you just freely record with no agenda, just let yourself freely talk. The things that come out, right? And then in healing, we got to develop our emotional intelligence, because managing emotions is so important, right? The risk that comes from not managing emotions is us losing our freedom or our lives, our loved ones. For what? When the information is out there, when there are practices, when there are tools, when there are ways to strengthen our self-awareness or strengthen our awareness of others, right? And then once we truly got our emotions together, and we have tools in our toolbox, and we got us a community, and we got knowledge, now we building on our skill sets, right? Whatever it is that we do so well, that we want to do, that we're interested in. And that brings us to our economics. Scaling, buying land, scaling that, investing, what to do with our money. Like, it's not it's not in any particular order that I wrote this, but I'm just dreaming of a utopia and how we get there. How do we equal the playing fields? What do we have to do? And as I was reading this, I was thinking about this doctor, I forgot his name, I'm really bad with names, but nice older gentleman, right? And he has some pillars to how we get out of the dumps as well. And it's very similar to that, I think, but I think his is get the money first, and then and the education is last, or something like that. But I feel like we get money. It's $1.1 trillion moving through us. We don't know what to do with it, so we need a little education first, but we don't know what to do with the money. Like the investments we make, like the Jordans, right? Like back when I was in school, we would make an investment. People would make an investment in Jordans, and if you stepped on them, you would die. Bro, why? I don't understand. That's crazy to me, and it's crazy to me. Right? Because you got these, they are going to get dirty. Eventually, they're going to crease. You get what I'm saying? It ain't no stock. Bro ain't just steal your stock. He stepped on your shoe. That just trips me out every time I think about it, because it's how many people died over shoes, bruh? But do they got stock? Do you have, you get what I'm saying? Is there something invested, or you're going to have to go buy another pair eventually anyway? Is it working long term for you, or you just, where your head at? So I feel like it takes a lot of knowledge first. It takes some deconditioning and some healing. Y'all got Jordan out here making all the money, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Give me a name. DeAndre. He probably got a shoe design right now he's sitting on. Nobody just don't believe in him. Why don't we find DeAndre, get his shoe out here, and start wearing that joint? Not Dr. Dre, just DeAndre from around the way. You know what I'm saying? He live in apartments. He draw real good. That nigga. You know what I'm saying? But just, I don't know. The same thing that Kanye talks about, in the sense of putting himself as a publicly traded company, so then we can buy stock in him. We could do that with DeAndre's shoe. We can get it to a big height and start to buy stock in it. We can do that with all of our products. But do we have the information? Do we have the site? Are we looking at it like that? Are we putting it together? Right? Do we have enough visionaries with the information that are also executors? I be knocking I got some checklists off, okay? But that executor, boy, I be in and out of that, okay? But this is me executing. If you're hearing my voice right now, I'm executing, okay? Right? And so at the very least, I can say what I see. We're gonna get to it. Maybe not even in my lifetime, but I guarantee you, like, I'm going to be a part of that, right? Because I just see it no other way. What else? What other reason am I here for? What am I here to do? Not to work for nobody. Definitely to serve. And who do I want to serve? Well, essentially me, right? Like, why is it that on every MLK Boulevard, Junior, we don't ever say the Junior, so it's real, but MLK Junior Boulevard in America that I've been to, does it look like we went back in time? No disrespect to Haiti, but it starts to look like Haiti a little bit. Like, no disrespect, I'm for real. But I'm saying, why is it that on every MLK Boulevard, and like I'm just going down the list, cause like DC, nope, that's as many potholes as on that joint, boy. Like, and then look, we ain't gonna talk about it. It's like they trying to clean up around the area, but they ain't really touching that. Why is that? All right, and then I think about North Carolina. I think about Atlantis, and it's like, yes, it's very historical and stuff, but have you seen 19th Street downtown? Boy, it's nice. It's pretty, huh? It's real old on MLK. Like, it's real old down there. Like, it's supposed to be like that. We just want to preserve it. Is it like Philly? Okay, it's fine. No, it's fine. But I just wonder. Like, this supposed to be our little part. All right, cool. They don't mess with it too much. Can we come down there? Like, can we own this stuff down there? Can we get to a utopia where, yes, it's MLK Day, it's MLK Boulevard, and these are all, everybody on this street on this is black, versus is one black boutique, maybe, one black food spot, and then a couple food spots that used to be black, and now all of a sudden it's like, Hispanics or Asians in there. They got new management, but they still cooking the same recipes, and they threw some other stuff on there now. So it's like a multi-store. You can go there and get anything you feeling like. Like, what happened? Right? Somebody didn't have the knowledge. They had the idea, but they didn't have the knowledge. They were checking one box off, and didn't have the other ones together. If they had the right community, they could have possibly had more knowledge to maybe get their books in order, or do better marketing, or just whatever needed to be done, right? So that another nationality, race, whatever you want to call it, comes out and takes over. Like, no, on our street, this is our little neighborhood, this is where, that's how I start off when I go to a new city. All right, I'm gonna work from the in and then go out. Now I'm gonna go, to the white neighborhoods or the tourist spots or the safe spots. But no, I want to see the black people. Where they at? What's going on? What they doing? Like, that make me feel like home. Like, all right, cool, And then I go to my hotel. Like, I'm just saying, but like I need to see what's going on. What's the vibe like? And I always know, all right, I don't know the city, but I know MLK. Every city got an MLK Boulevard, Junior Boulevard, and I'm going to pop up and see what I see. And one of the things I see is I feel like I'm going back in time all the time. I don't like that. And now they're trying to completely buy them out and make them. It's a lot. The gentrification is really, it breaks my heart. I don't even like going in DC. What? It's too much. But I feel like deconditioning and realizing that we can own those things, we can lease buildings, and we can get our credit together, and we can have financial literacy, and we can have life insurance policies that we borrow from, and we can do all these things as well. We can start nonprofits and get big tax breaks, and we can invest in our marketing and scale, and we can do all of these things. It takes time. Like me, I'm clearly I see it, right? But it's one brick at a time that you build a house. So if you're listening today, I salute you, because we building this house. We building this house brick by brick. Llegacy Builders. You hear me? Like, we getting our ownership. Continuing the dream in Martin's honor. I feel like we getting there, y'all. But we just gotta spread the message. You feel me? Spread the message. Get your credit together. Shout out to LLegacy Solutions. Legacy with 2 L's. LLegacySolutions.com. Get your credit together. And not just get your credit repaired, structure it for funding. So now that we got the dream and we got the knowledge, we can use the bank's money to build it. We just got to have our credit together. Right? We got to believe that we can do it and decondition our mind and heal. So, if you're rocking with me, share this. Like, subscribe, y'all. I only got 12 subscribers. I don't understand. My YouTube is not popping. You hear me? But like, subscribe, share. I appreciate you so much. Make sure you do some healing today. Peace and healing, y'all.